Hello. Hello, Marie. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Snowdrop, I don't know if you're here or not, but hello. Hello, Scorpion. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to the Mimi Show. Welcome to the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Oh, yeah. Hello, Scorpion. It's so good to see you. Hello, Marie. Good to see you too. So we're gonna get right into it, guys. We're gonna give them a few more minutes to pop in, let people come in and get settled on in. I pray that we have a very informative, great live today, and that I entertain you guys for a few hours. What's new in my world? I am recommitting myself back to the diet. Oh, thank you, Scorpion. So yeah, I mean, yes, we have a big show today. And so I'm going to get started. When I get to that 5-minute mark, I'm going to show you the first video. And the first video we're going to watch is the one from William. He did an interview with, let me give you the name of the video. Let's pull it up. Small crowd. Oh, wait. Ryan's story. It starts with the conversation. It's unaliving prevention on World Mental Health Day. Now, the Prince of Wales, William, went and spoke with this lady on Mental Health Awareness Day. This is going to be a little bit triggering. So I'm going to... Oh, okay. Hello, Margie. What was I going to say? Oh, God, I'm getting... Oh, my brain is... Trigger. Hello, Adrian. Okay, this is trigger. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Scorpion. Okay, so let's get into it. This was William on Mental Health Day. I want to start incorporating the real royals and Catherine and William and King Charles and Camilla. I want to start reporting on them. And so I will play them first. And so what we're about to watch is a small interview with William and this mother that lost her. I don't know all the details, but she lost either a child or a husband to the S word that we can't say on here. Unaliving of themselves. Hello, Hogan. It seems a lot of new faces. Welcome to the show. This show is normally, well, we do a little bit of entertainment. Okay, what was this? The party. Okay, but before we get to that, I want to show you. I don't want to start confusing myself. Where? I don't know where that one is. The party. All right. I don't know what happened to that other one. Sorry for all the ums. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit of pop culture. Just a little bit. So it's gonna go in this order. Here's the agenda for today. Okay. First we're gonna talk about my brain is frying. First we're gonna talk about Britney Spears, and a little bit of pop culture, entertainment news. And then we're going to go into William on Mental Health Day. We're going to go into the Twin Talks. We're going to listen to their video today. And then I have some other videos that I want to show you. And then we'll wrap it up. But this is triggering. Okay? Here we go. Oh, no, wait. We're going to do Paris Hilton first. Hilton, and then we're going to do William. Okay? Let me share my screen with you. Hello, Demon Dictator. I just went over what we're going to be going over today. Oh, yeah, that interview. I forgot we need to do that too. But let's do that. Is it an interview? Let's do it next time. I got a whole show lined up. And welcome. We're going to first start off with a little bit of pop culture. I like the gossip. I like finding out what's going on with those celebrities over there. See if they over there acting a fool with each other. So I say we take a look at the rich and famous. The rich and famous. Oh, okay, great, Demon Dictator. Awesome. That is so cool. Demon Dictator is off work. This isn't triggering yet. I've jumped the gun.
They don't call me Perez Adamas for nothing. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer. And earlier today, I predicted that Britney Jean Spears would clap back at her ex-husband, Kevin Federline, and his upcoming memoir. And I was right. She just has. But before we get to that, we've got him. Kevin Federline is spilling even more tea, and this time it's got to do with her first real love, Justin Timberlake. The Oops, I Did It Again icon married K-Fed in September.
So it looks like Britney's ex, Kevin Federline, is writing a book, a memoir, like the Spare book. So he's writing this book, right? And he's saying all this stuff about Britney Spears, I'm assuming. And Britney Spears is clapping back. this is his way of making money. He doesn't have any more money because she is not he's not taking, the kids are adults or teenagers, they're of age now. And so she doesn't have to pay him any spousal support or child support, I should say. And so Featherline is coming on and spilling little details about his book, and Britney Spears is not liking it. Okay.
Of 2004. 2 years before that, she and JT called it quits. But now, according to her baby daddy, on the eve before her wedding day, she called up Timberlake. In a new interview with Entertainment Tonight, Federline says, "I was like, what's wrong? I thought she was talking to her mom on the phone or something, and maybe she was having doubts. And she told me she was on the phone with Justin." Red flag, babe.
So check this out. This is their honeymoon night. They finna get it going on, right? You know, they finna have it going on in the hay sheets. And looks like Britney Spears is getting up calling the old boyfriend. You have any regrets on your wedding night? Do we believe Kevin? Do we believe her ex? Do we believe Britney's ex-husband? Did she really call Justin Timberlake on their wedding night? You know, you mean to tell me on your wedding night, when you're supposed to be cuddling and snuggling up and doing all this stuff with your husband on your wedding night, you know, this is the moment of truth. But Kevin is telling us that little Britney at the time was calling her ex, which I would have been very disappointed and upset with her if somebody had did that to me, if my husband called his ex-girlfriend. You know?
That was doubts. Babe, she was not over him. She was not that into you. And he didn't care. He just cared about her money. And he got a lot of it until his kids turned 18. And now we're getting his memoir out next week.
Next week.
Said reassured Britney that there was no pressure to tie the knot if she was having doubts. Quote, "I just kind of stepped back like, did I just hear you right? What the hell was going on? And I immediately was, okay, we don't have to do this. I didn't care if we got married or not. And she told me no, and really was like, I just wanted to make sure that everything is done. I want to make sure that I say my..."
You can't be ready to make sure everything's done on your wedding night. You should have checked on that, Britney, before you married him. You should have probably did a ring-a-ding-ding before the wedding night. But, you know, at this point, it's too late. You're in the marriage now. And now you're calling Justin Timberlake talking about, by the way, I just wanted to know, was there anything else between us? Just wanted to make sure it was done. Although I'm married right now, and I just got married maybe a couple of hours ago, and I'm still having second thoughts, and I wanted to check with you to see if you were having second thoughts too. Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake don't want to be drug into this. He doesn't want his name being said. You know, this leaves the door open for them to go ask Justin Timberlake, did she call you on that night? The big night, the wedding night. That's when she called Kevin.
Final piece.
Her final, she called him to ask him, is there anything else going on? I just want to close this chapter in my life. And is there anything else going on with me and you?
She was about to marry her love. Love. I'm like, damn, says K-Fed. On the night before our wedding,
the night
is
before.
What you decide to do?
Sorry.
If only
I correct my statement. It wasn't the wedding night. It was the night before. But it's still the same. You finna go down the aisle. What if he had to say, no, let's get together, Brittany. Let's go around one more time. What was you going to tell Kevin? Huh? What was you going to do with Kevin?
Only she had not gone through with it. Federline said he took it with a grain of salt at the time and rationalized her explanation by telling himself that she was likely closing a chapter of her life. Her baby daddy continues, I was super young. I was so madly in love at that moment. I couldn't imagine what it was like to be her. I couldn't imagine what it was like to be Justin in those moments because they were super young and super successful. You're talking teenagers that had to go through this globally, and I know that they really cared about each other back then. K-Fed added that he felt as though Brittany was not over her relationship with Timberlake at the time. You don't say. In her memoir that came out a couple of years ago, Brittany wrote about getting pregnant with JT's baby.
Oh.
But him pressuring her to get rid of it, which she did. She wrote, if it had been left up to me alone, I never would have done it. And yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father.
That's when she...
Speaking of fathers, her baby daddy says that money is not the reason he is writing this tell-all book.
It's so sad. Just sad.
Instead, he says, I'm doing this now because I wanted to make sure that my children were old enough to understand what I'm doing. Everything has always been about my family. And that's what people don't really realize, is that every step that I've taken has been for the benefit of my children. And my children are ready for me to tell my story. It should be noted that Kevin Federline has 6 children. Prolific. Well, Brittany's publicist has given the press a statement saying in response to K-Fed's memoir,
he had it going on.
With news from Kevin's book breaking, once again, he and others are profiting off her, and sadly, it comes after child support has ended with Kevin. Fact.
So he said that she's going to be profiting on her. Well, you should have thought about that when you married him, girlfriend. Should have thought about that way before, when you was having kids with him. Okay, now you want to bring that up?
Has ended with Kevin. Fact. Brittany's rep continues. All she cares about are her kids, Sean Preston and Jaden James, and their well-being during this sensationalism. She detailed her journey in her memoir. Pick it up. I added that. Justin Timberlake has so far remained silent on these new revelations.
He's not saying anything.
He ain't gonna say shh. In the spirit of fairness, it should be added that Timberlake has previously apologized to Britney and Janet Jackson. Back in 2021, at the height of the Free Britney movement, around the time that the New York Times came out with a documentary about her, Timberlake took to...
Everybody say hello to Debbie. Welcome her in the chat. She was. Brittany was paying for all those kids, all six. All six. She was taking care of all six kids. Her paycheck took care of everything. Now that the paycheck ain't rolling in anymore, Kevin Featherline wants to write a book for some money. I don't blame him. Do you? I don't blame him. Yeah, I would do too. Just like I would be writing book number 2 if I was Samantha. There's a book to be made on Meghan Markle. And do we know what is going on with the court case with Samantha and okay. Sister case update. Let's get an update on her case. U.S. District Attorney Judge Charlotte Honeywell has dismissed with prejudice the case. Let's see. Let me see. Here it is. Here it is, guys. I think Debbie Campbell was trying to bring this up. Okay. Let's bring it up just a sec. This is good. I have been talking to Samantha. I did ask her to do another live with me, and she would prefer to do it where we're just doing a video, and that would be fine. Oh, let's give a shout out to AT2 for his bravery and his wonderfulness. Okay, so really quick, guys, AT2, somebody on YouTube was calling me. Her name was Joe something. She's on Maggot's channel, and so she's over there. She called me a plantation wife. A plantation wife. Uh-oh. I'm stuck. I was stuck. She called me a plantation wife. I don't know what's going on with the computer. Yes, I'm going to read it. So, yeah, so what I was saying is that she called me a plantation wife, and I didn't know what that was. In their terms, they were trying to say that I want to be white. So I brought that up because I had a point. There was a point and a moral to that, and I just completely forgot. I was thinking about something else at the time. I want to give a real shout out to AT2. I do appreciate him. Here it is. He spoke out against it. He thought it was unacceptable, inappropriate, and had very strong racial undertones, calling me a plantation wife. Let me go back in and come in because I keep. I was getting stuck. So anyway, so Right. Okay, so that's her best friend. Well, sh I don't know a lot about her. I don't wanna go into a whole bunch of details about this, but the fact of the matter is that AT2 spoke up for me. I'm sticking, like I'm sticking and sticking. Let me open up a new one. StreamYard is doing something real funky. So yeah, so AT2 came to like my rescue, and I really appreciate it. He did a live yesterday, and that um, he said the least I could have did is thank him appropriately, and I did thank him. Okay, I'm leaving this stream. I keep freezing up. Try this again. So here's to you, AT2, for taking up for me and protecting me through that. I do appreciate that. The live keeps sticking, guys. I don't know what to do. Here, let me try the internet. I think it's StreamYard. StreamYard is screwing up. Ooh, please work. Please stop sticking. Oh, I don't know what to do. I may have to shut this down and create a new live. I was feeling this one, you know? I really was, StreamYard. I was feeling this one. I don't want to restart. Phooey. I am so disappointed. Hello, Cassandra. But listen, guys, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sticking. And I've tried everything. It is Marie. I'm sticking. Are you saying I'm fine and it doesn't look like I'm sticking? God, I tried everything. Demon Dictator, I'm going to have to restart the live. Okay. Before I restart it, let me do this. Oh, StreamYard, you're a pain in the buddy. I was really on a roll. I was feeling myself. I was feeling it. I was feeling it. Thank you, AT2. You are truly a sweetheart. Maybe I fixed it. Please? No. Okay, we're shutting down. We got to come back up. I'll see you soon, guys. I don't know. StreamYard is upset about something. Okay. I'm literally going to shut this down. Actually, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a new one. And then that way you guys can just jump right over to the new one. And I'm titling it New Live. Okay. All right, let's see. I'm still sticking. I think I'm still. We're going to have to just push through it. It's not, it's doing that on the new one that I just created. Demon Dictator, how does it feel? The internet has gone down. I'm on my phone. So there's something wrong with StreamYard, guys. But we're going to go through it, glitchy and all. All right, Marie. Thumbs up. Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys are okay with me sticking like this a little bit. Hello, USA. All right. Let's get to the post. So anyway, it looks like I've been communicating with Samantha. And hello, Samantha. Sorry, I'm just not getting back to you. Thank you for responding. I really appreciate you agreeing to do a sit down with me, maybe 30 to 45 minutes, nothing more than an hour. And I'll pay you for your time. We could set up a time next week. You know my number, so just let me know what day and time is available for you, and I'll make myself available. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye, Samantha. All right. So we're going to talk about her case. I pulled it up, and it looks like she has lost again. Let's see what they said and why. My shirt. Okay, I think I pulled it up already. Okay, it's right here. Wow, you gotta know what you're doing on this computer. Okay. According to the New York Post, come on, computer. Meghan Markle's half-sister Samantha suffers setback as judge casts doubt on latest legal appeal. This was September 12th. Meghan Markle has received a major boost in her ongoing legal dispute with her estranged half sister Samantha Markle. Samantha, 60, had sued the Duchess of Sussex, 44, in federal court in Florida for allegedly making demonstrably false and malicious statements about her to a world audience during a sit down interview with Oprah Winfrey. Following the 75,000 suit dismissal by a federal judge last year, Samantha again brought her libel case, libel case to the 11th Circuit Court Appeals in Jacksonville Tuesday, where the case was handed to a panel of 3 judges. Wow. However, in a disappearing setback for Samantha, the judges cast major doubt on her appeal and pressed her lawyer, Peter Ticken, on whether it addressed the original ruling by Judge Charlene Edwards Honeywell. It seems to me that everything you argue about is beside the point, Chief U.S. Circuit Court Judge said of the appeal. Because when the district court rules, you have to knock down in your opening brief every basics for the district court's ruling, and you didn't even touch this. So she was supposed to do something she didn't do. In response, Samantha's legal team argued that the cumulative effect of Meghan's remarks in the 2021 interview amounted to defamation. God, it looks weird. Sorry, thanks, honey. Defamation by implication, and had damaged her reputation. So basically, Samantha was telling the jury, the judge, or the lawyer was telling the judge that basically Samantha was being defamed by her sister Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, when she went on that interview with Oprah Winfrey. The whole purpose was to destroy Samantha Markle. Ticken told the judge panel, this is her lawyer, they knew to use words like disinformation or racist troll. It calls death threats. It calls her sister to be hated in the community. Okay, so they started going after Samantha. Okay. If somebody had a manual on how you hurt somebody and escape the liability of having a claim against you for defamation, this is the case, he went on. It's a smorgasbord of every single kind of way of avoiding liability, all mixed up in one. And the whole purpose was to actually destroy Samantha Markle. While no verdict has been handed down from the latest appeal, judge comments signal that Samantha legal bid isn't in the strong spot. In other words, it ain't looking good. It is not looking good for Samantha. I want this outfit. Yeah, I want that. Shoot. I added it to the cart. I wish I could just hit the send button, but I think you gotta buy like so many clothes to get free shipping. Anyway, so basically, guys, Samantha's case isn't looking very good. Unfortunately for her, Meghan is winning this. Their estranged father, Thomas Markle Sr., who earlier this year moved to the Philippines, said in March 2022 that he was willing to testify in Samantha's case. So, Thomas Sr., Samantha's father, was going to testify on her behalf and go against Meghan and be like a character witness for Samantha's team. Samantha suffered a major blow the following year after a Florida judge dismissed her lawsuit against the As Ever founder, saying Meghan's remarks were opinions and not capable of being proved false. As a reasonable listener would understand it, defendant merely expresses an opinion about her childhood and her relationship with her half siblings. U.S. District Judge Edwards Honeywell wrote in her order. Here's the problem, guys. Okay? This looks bad no matter how you look at it. It looks bad because Meghan did say some things that were defamatory towards her sister Samantha. They were not, she didn't say anything nice about Samantha. Let's put it that way. And she's got the Sussex squad that was coming after her, just people were coming after Samantha. And so basically the judge is saying, no, this is not defamatory. This is not doing it. It doesn't rise to the level of what they're asking for, Samantha and her lawyer. But I just think that this doesn't make Meghan look good. You are being sued by your half sister for something that you said or did. And it's unfortunate that you couldn't pick up the phone and call her and say, hey, why don't you do this to the lawsuit or do that to the lawsuit? Let's talk this out. Try to fix it, since she's all about community and all about, coming together and being strong and in good strength and, being this influencer, humanitarian, founder, entrepreneur. She's like this everything girl. And you mean to tell me that you are having issues with your half sister that you cannot settle out of court? It says something about her. It does. You're being sued for something that you said and have done. And you were supposed to be the princess. You're supposed to be royalty. You got all this scandalous going on. So it doesn't look good regardless. It will always go down in history that Samantha Markle sued her sister for defamation. As a reasonable listener would understand it, defendant merely expresses an opinion about her childhood. I read that. Okay. I think we need to move on because I got a lot more. Samantha also wanted the former actress to take back allegations she made against the royal family. Why? Why the hell do you care, Samantha, that Meghan went after the royals? Why do you care? You have no stake in that. So you want Meghan to come forward. You want Meghan to come forward and admit to some stuff and say that wasn't true, that's not true, that's not true. Because obviously she was lying on Samantha. And Samantha wanted her to come out and speak a different language, the truth. So she was seeking that in this judgment as well. For Meghan to say, okay, That's false. We have known each other longer than that and all this other stuff. But no matter how you slice it or dice it, so Meghan does not look good in this situation. She is fighting with a family member that she cannot they cannot rectify the situation outside of going to court. But you're going to help. I know some things are out of your control. Like Meghan can't control what Samantha does or whatever. But it does speak to your character. You do have to look inside and say, well, what is Samantha saying? What did Meghan say about her on the Oprah interview? In my belief, I thought her chances was slam dunk. Samantha. I thought she had a good case, but obviously not. Let me read a little bit more. So she wants $75,000 plus she wants her to come out and tell the truth that in addition to the claims that she and their father sold stories to the British tabloids. So I guess Meghan accused them of doing that. You guys remember Meghan accusing wow. All right. Let me see if I want to read any more. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Hit the like button. Share this stream. Samantha claimed that comments subjected her to humiliation and hatred, prompting the suit's alumni's lawyer, Michael Cupp, to say that Samantha had no grounds to sue for defamation. He added that the former working royal has a right to voice opinions and even criticize under the First freaking Amendment. Look at that. Freedom of speech. End of that. Okay, really quick. Now, some of you may already know that Maggot is suing me. And so my plan is to countersuit her for defamation, for there's a list. Okay, harassment, cyberbullying, and stalking. I don't know if I'm gonna get away with the stalking, but she was calling me and coming over to my panel, and I have receipts. But my point is that Samantha's case didn't do it on a defamation or on a harassment, but I have proof, shows that I have been deliberately attacked and harassed for the last 2 or 3 months. So that's what I plan on doing when I do. So we are going to court. That's for sure. And she's going to lose. And unfortunately, fortunately for me, she may have to go digging in our pocketbook for some money to pay me, because I am going to say that she made it hard for me to focus on trying to find a 9-to-5. Therefore, I was missing out on money I could have been making. Yes. Hello, Demon Dictator. Welcome back. Rachel Meghan Markle is still being helped as long as she is still married to Prince Harry. Nothing is going to happen to her. I believe that, Debbie. Sam never did have a case. After listening to the court hearing and ticking boom bling through his, bubbling through his presentation, I'm amazed the judges didn't toss it out again. Wow. He couldn't get up there and run that down. No, that's too bad, Samantha. I'm sorry that your case is not being won, girlfriend. Oh, yes. And I've already made an announcement about this. I'm just going to say it one more time for the road. If Maggot comes in my chat, she is to be blocked. I don't care what she says, but she has to come over. We are not to talk to each other because we are taking each other to court. She's suing me for fraud. And so I'm going to counter sue her for cyberbullying, harassment, and just blatantly just attacks. And so that's what's going to be going on. But I don't think that I should be. I think that um, I don't want her over here. I've lost all respect for her. I don't want her in my chat. I don't want her near me. And I don't even watch. I'm not even watching her shows anymore. So, and trust me, it was time. Hello, Mac. How do we have it wrong about Meghan? She did defame her sister, Mac. But it wasn't strong enough. Her case wasn't strong enough. She sent the Sussex squad after her sister. What are you going to spin it now, Mac? Okay, thank you, Demon Dictator. I appreciate it. I can't kick her out. I wish I could. I can't. They don't give you that option. All right, let's move on. What else I got on my to-do list? We did that. Oh, we're moving right along. Okay, I wanted to do, let me pull it up. Oh, okay, I want to do this. I want to do this one. Okay, there it is. Girl, you got to know what you're doing with this in these YouTube streets. I like how Judge Shady Court says these YouTube streets. All righty. Okay, now we're moving on to William. William sat down. This is going to be triggering. William sat down with this lady that was discussing mental health, and I think she lost someone to an unaliving. So we're going to discuss that. Because what I'm going to start doing, and I said this earlier, is that I'm going to start incorporating a lot more of William and Catherine and King Charles and Camilla. Whatever royals, whatever's going on over there, I'm going to start reporting on it a lot more and start off talking about the real royals and then, talk about the cast outs. Meghan and Harry are the cast outs. Samantha did an interview dogging Meghan the day after Harry and Meghan became public. No, she didn't. Mac, she was trying to be her friend. Samantha did not do that. Bring the article. No. Why would you go on national TV and talk about someone and defame them? Why would you do that? Samantha is not this big A-lister. She's not a Hollywood Scarlet. She's not this big popular person. Meghan has it all. And then for Meghan to get on there and say what she said to her sister, it brought on unwanted attacks by the Sussex squad. And then the Sussex squad, after they got through, they went after Samantha. She was getting death threats. Oh, the reason why I brought up my case is that, and I'm talking with Danny. Danny's going to help me. I'm talking with her, and I'm going to ask her, does she recommend that because this is so petty. It's so petty. It's so stupid. But no, me and Danny is working together. I have some questions for her on where I want to take this lawsuit, because I think this is my moment. I think she opened the door for me to come in to take her down. Because even if Samantha has a strong case, she is still being protected by the royal family. That's right. Well, is she being protected by the royal family? Or is she, because she's in the royal family, she's being protected? Because she's this public figure. She's a humanitarian. See, what bothers me about her humanitarian, her influencer, her about mental health, and all this stuff about reaching across and community and love and all of this, and you look at her own backyard and it's in disarray. How the hell are you going to teach me or tell me or say anything that's going to impact my life? Nothing. Meghan has nothing that she's going to give. She's a taker. She picked up that award. She bought and picked up an award recently for humanitarian. How can you be a humanitarian and you can't be a humanitarian at home? She is divided two families. This one person has conquered and divided it. Conquered and divided it. This one person. See, the math ain't mathing. You know, when it goes to Meghan's this great person, humanitarian influencer, philanthropist, just a slew of wonderful entrepreneurship, founder, you name it, Meghan is it. Okay? She's all these titles and all these things and keep patting herself on the back and think she's playing in a movie. I didn't got off track. Got what I was talking about. That hurt because I was finna bring it home. Anyway, hello, Ziggy Lee. I know she was excited for her. She showed up at the palace. She showed up at the palace. Okay, unannounced. Come on in. God, I can't believe I completely forgot what I was saying. Because you know how you're talking about one thing and then you start talking about something else in the middle of the conversation. Okay, we did you. Yeah, we did this. We're done. We're done with Brittany. Thank you, Perez. Check out Perez Hilton. He's great. Okay, thank you, Carla. I appreciate that. Okay, where are we on our list? Okay, yeah, I want to do that. That's not it. Is this it? Yeah, here it is.
Well, my friends,
Shoot.
welcome back to Spot On with Link. Lauren, we have so much to discuss today. We have so many topics to cover. If this is your first time here, welcome to the show.
How funny are these Merkins, you guys?
Oh, that is so
different colors,
That is
different
so
hair. This is insane.
hair.
Skims, baby.
Leave it to the Kardashians.
She's taking it too far. Put a 1 in the chat if the Kardashians are taking it too far. They have hair on your panties. What's the purpose? Or fur, whatever that stuff was. Let me show you. What the heck?
Kardashian is selling underwear with faux hair bush. You can't make this
Faux
up.
hair
Take a look
bush.
at the clip.
How funny.
This is disgusting. Oh, you have got to come up with something better than this. Kim, who is going to buy this? That's disgusting. As a matter of fact, it's like you won't even want that on there. That's why you're always shaving and stuff. Look at this. What are they going to come up with next? They sold out. That's just gross. It's just gross. Oh, okay. It's still gross. It looks gross. Merkins come from the spread of loose with pros. I don't know what that is. Okay. Thank you, Snowdrop. This is that stupid
Are these
stuff.
Merkins, you guys? We have different colors,
That is
different
so
hair. This is insane.
That's going to be a big fat no.
Skims, baby.
Let it go, Kim.
Leave it to the Kardashians to keep inventing new ways for women to have body dysmorphia. This is what pisses me off about this. And people say, Link, why are you discussing this? Hello, this is cultural. It's political. It really is.
Okay, he didn't took it to another level. He didn't took it political. And what does that have to do with some nasty looking underwear? What does underwear got to do with political?
You guys, as a journalist, I have to cover this story, okay? I have to cover this story. And if my mom's Bible study is watching, ladies, turn it off. But we have to discuss this because the Kardashians, every few years, they invent new reasons for women to feel insecure, to feel like they need to change their bodies. And the Kardashians, they don't just reach millions of women, they reach billions of women. Half the population is female. And this is what the Kardashians have done for years. When they came onto the scene, they wanted you to believe that their derrieres and their behinds were natural. In my opinion, they had BBLs, they had plastic surgery to give themselves all of these enhancements. So other women went out there, they put their bodies in dangerous situations, they had surgeries, they had injectables and fillers, all of these things because they thought that's what.
Do you know women all around the world were getting butt injections and going to get implants and all? It was an epidemic of getting a booty. Now, my butt is kind of flat. I have a flat butt. So I have to be careful what clothes I wear because it can really show the flatness. And I don't like that. But I'm not getting no injections to perk it out. I don't want no injections. I don't want no booty pads. I mean, yeah, I got some of those. They're like booty pads and they have booty underwear too. But you put it on and it gives you a bigger butt. They have like this silicone stuff in the middle of it. It's crazy. It will give you a bigger butt. So I bought me a pair.
what's in vogue. The Kardashians are famous, and look at their butts and look at their breasts. Well, then the Kardashians all went on Ozempic. Okay, they got rid of the butts, allegedly, in my opinion. So first off, they're telling you you need to be curvy and have a big butt and have big breasts. Then the Kardashians go lose all the weight with, quick trim and Ozempic and all these GLP-1 drugs. And so suddenly women are like, well, wait a second.
What did she say? Bethany, frankly, had knocked the product. It's horrible. It's really like, yeah, I would have never bought anything like this. But that's funny.
Second, we just paid to do all this. Now we have to do this. The Kardashians, they say, big lips are in. The girl's 16 years old, allegedly, Kylie Jenner, going and getting big lips. She's getting her lips done. She's dating rappers from down the street. Now the Kardashians say, you know what? We're not really into big lips anymore. Okay. And I do think some women, most women now, are smart enough to know social media is not real life, but there are young, impressionable girls who look up to the Kardashians. And so what confuses me about this new product that Kim Kardashian is calling the faux hair panty. Your carpet can be whatever color you want it to be. So she's selling this merkin. What confuses me about the Kardashians, collectively, they have probably spent $1 million on laser hair removal just to drop this product. We'll put it back up on the screen. They have spent $1 million on laser hair removal just to drop a product to give themselves hair that they had naturally. Okay, so I understand why women are in an uproar. I will say it's nice that Kim Kardashian came out with a red one for Lindsay Lohan and for all of the redheads out there.
Okay,
but the Kardashians, why are they selling Merkins? Are you guys that desperate for money? The Kardashians are so desperate for money, they're now selling Merkins. Okay, Merkins. And what's the game plan here? What's the game plan? Let's say you go out with a guy. You're wearing your Kim Kardashian Merkin, okay? You're on the date.
Okay.
Something else we have to discuss before we move on from the Kardashians. Kris Jenner, right? The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. She has been open. She has been open about her plastic surgery recently and all of the tune-up she has had, which I think is good, okay? Be transparent with these young women. Tell them what you're doing to your body. But Kris Jenner, she says part of the reason she looks so good is because she's doing a sauna. Let's take a look at that clip.
When I felt like I looked good and I felt cute,
I don't like
I just had a better day.
Yeah.
That, now the biggest, most wonderful health tool I think I have is a sauna.
Yeah.
No, the white ain't whiting. Black, go back to black. I don't like her white hair. I don't. You don't like the guy?
Yeah, I do. Somebody told me that, no, Tony Robbins said on something that it increases your lifespan by 30 to 40% if you do it a couple days a week.
Wow. Okay, Kris Jenner, number one, not everybody can afford to have a sauna in their house. You can go to the gym, right? But even having the time to go sit and luxuriate in a sauna, that sounds nice. Maybe if you guys stream this podcast 1 million times, I can go sit in a sauna all day. That sounds like a nice way of living. But Kris Jenner, she really wants you to think also that her body and her face comes from a sauna. You guys, these people have personal trainers, personal chefs, full security details. They have plastic surgery at their disposal. They can go in the middle of the night and sneak in and get nips and tucks and tune-ups. I'm jealous. But no, the Kardashians, to tell us that you look this way because of a sauna and to say 40% longer than God intended me to, I certainly don't want to live 40% longer in a hot sauna. I don't want to sweat. So no, I avoid saunas also because I'm shy. I want to move on to more important topics than Kris Jenner, and that is Meghan Markle, the party crasher. Okay,
What?
we have to talk.
This? How do you just show up at somebody's doorstep without an invitation? How do you do that? When Meghan's sister did it, Samantha showed up at the palace. She sent her away. Why can't these celebrities send Meghan away when she tries to crash a party? It's called crashers. She's a party crasher. You were not invited to this party. If you wanted to be invited, reach out to the person, the host who's given the party, and see if you can get you an invite. But just to show up, I think that's very rude. I think that is very rude, especially if you weren't on the list. There's a list here. just show up. You have to be really entitled to walk, to ring somebody's doorbell that you wasn't invited to. You was not invited to this person's party. Whose party was it? They're finna tell us. You was not invited to the party. You decided to put on some shoes and an outfit and take yourself to the party without being announced or being invited. That is just, I mean, how do you do that? You know what? I was working for this vice president of sales marketing, Steve Larkin was his name. Okay. When he got fired, guys, check this out. He didn't get fired. These kind of people don't get fired. It's like they're, it's like a mutual little separation. We ain't getting along. So he invited me to his party. He was going to have a party. Classy, big time, probably, just all kinds of limos and stuff like that. And I was wanting to go so bad. And I should have went because he invited me. But I just didn't want to feel like, for some reason, because I'm very outgoing. And I can go places. I can go to the movies. I can do all kinds of stuff by myself. I don't need a person to go with. But I was new to the company and I didn't go. I should have went. I hate I didn't go. It's like when Kylie was claiming her lips came from her cheapo makeup range rather than implant fillers. See, that's misleading the public. Okay, so here she go, crashing up in a party. Now, if you guys were given a party and she just showed up at the door, put a 1 in the chat if you would send her away. Put a 2 in the chat if you would let her in. Okay? Put a 1 in the chat if you would send her on her way. Put a 2 in the chat if you would just let her on in. I'll give you guys 20 seconds. All right. Debbie would say, get the hell out of here. And Marie would tell her to move around. Skadoodle.
About Meghan Markle, the party crasher. So Meghan Markle and her team really put forth this narrative that she was personally invited to the Balenciaga show. She was personally invited to the Balenciaga show by Pier Paolo Picciolo. Why can't anybody have normal names anymore? Whatever happened to like Tom, Dick, and Harry? Pier Paolo Picciolo at Balenciaga invited Meghan Markle, apparently. That's the narrative she said. She said that they had reached out and said that they'd love for her to come and sit on the front row and yada, yada, yada. And she had this awkward moment with the designer, Pier Paolo, at the at the runway show. You guys can tell I'm a real fashionista. I don't even know what the hell that is. If I saw Balenciaga, I wouldn't even know what it is. But Meghan really wanted people to believe that she was personally invited. And here's what he said. Meghan and I met some years ago and we've been texting ever since. That's what he told The Cut on Saturday. She reached out and said she'd love to come to the show. There was no strategy or big orchestration. I didn't tell anyone she was coming because I wanted it to stay a surprise. He went on to note that in fashion, real surprises are rare. And this one was beautiful. So I'm sorry, Meghan Markle. She and her team wanted us to believe that she received, a letter sent by carrier pigeon to personally invite her to Balenciaga.
So technically she didn't crash it. She didn't just walk up to the door and ring the doorbell. Come on. That's extreme. Meghan did not do that. Okay? She actually called him ahead of time and said, hey, like I said, just give him a phone call and say, hey, can I come to the little shindig? And he told her, yes, that is not crashing. Are they trying to say she crashed the party because she didn't get an invitation? She was invited, though. She had a verbal one. It's better than the invitation. Right, exactly, Demon Dictator. But that doesn't mean she crashed it. Where's Mac? He's always saying I'm going after his girl. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Guys, each and every day I get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, especially on this new journey that I'm on. I'm on day 3 of this diet. As far as she's concerned, she is blocked out of my life. And so I don't know what's going on. I don't have an opinion on it. And I'm just waiting for my day in court. And I do really believe I have a case of harassment and bullying. And I can prove it. All right.
What it sounds like is she's trying to rebrand. She's trying to upstage Catherine and William and the folks in the UK.
How many freaking times is Meghan gonna rebrand? Does anybody know the number of times she's rebrand?
She's trying to get some shine. She's been in the house in Montecito, selling her jams, jellies, and dog biscuits. She wants to get back out to what she was doing, which is going to fashion shows and being, a fashion whore and trying to get chased by the paparazzi. That's what she did for the first 10 years before she met Harry, when she was trying to be famous on the casting couch.
I don't like it.
So Meghan Markle, I totally believe that she said, you know what? I'll stop by the fashion show. And it reminds me of like when you first start dating someone, let's say you're dating someone long distance and you're like, oh, I'm in your neighborhood. What are you talking? I'm in your neighborhood tonight. Do you want to grab dinner? You've been circling the block for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Meghan Markle's like, I'll stop by the fashion show, Pier Paolo in Paris. Let me leave my kids and my husband and my kids who should be in school. I don't know what education they're getting. Let me leave my kids. I will pop by the fashion show. Like it's down the street. Don't worry, Pier Paolo. She flew to another continent and invited herself to a fashion show
She
for
did
clout
not invite
and attention.
herself.
And then she showed up in those rags. It looked like she was wearing the robe from the hotel. It's like she was at the Plaza Athénée in Paris and she just threw on the robe and went to the show. She's like wearing towels and sheets.
Not the robe.
So Meghan Markle, you are the official party crasher, but I'm not shocked, right? There's no depth Meghan Markle won't go to for clout and attention. Like I say, she's a little huckster. She's the Duchess of Scamalot. She's the Duchess of Soho House.
Scamalot.
But where things get a little bit dicier. Not only did she invite herself to the Balenciaga show because she wants to be taken seriously in fashion and go to the Met Gala, she was also seen having lunch with the new editor of American Vogue, Chloe Malley, during her New York City trip. So someone photographed them. Let me read you a little bit about this. A cozy photo of the duo circulated via Dumois on Instagram, according to Page 6, showing them chatting in a booth at Manhattan's The Whitby Hotel. Fans predicted that the Duchess of Sussex will get a cover soon. A source told the Daily Mail, it's Meghan 3.0. She's on maneuvers and looking for yet another relaunch. I could not agree more with the Daily Mail on this one. Meghan Markle is always looking for a way to rebrand because she tries something.
What the hell? How many times can you rebrand? I guess you can just rebrand as many times as you want to until you get it right. Because what it's telling me when you have to keep rebranding is that you're not successful at the shit. If you got to keep rebranding yourself over and over and over again, maybe she should name it something else. Reinventing. Something new. A continuation. What I already have. But rebranding every 5, like I got whiplashed. American Riviera Orchard. As ever. Limonado. It's just a lot. What's up with her PR team? Hello, Lorna. Who is successful?
Thing and it crashes and burns, and then she doesn't follow through. Meghan Markle, she doesn't want to work. She wants to
Doesn't
twerk.
follow
Okay, she wants
through.
all the rich.
She doesn't follow through. She made 100 bottles of jam, sold out in 2 minutes, 30 minutes, and then like it was over. No more jam. But now she's finna do another relaunch. For some reason, I think this relaunch is gonna go like the first one did, and she's gonna run out of products. She doesn't make enough. She's not running out because it's so great, I gotta run out and get it. No, she's running out of product because she's not making enough. But what's weird to me and will always be weird is how you went from being a royal to a jam maker. Bless you. Whole jam maker. WME. And successful. I don't think so. I think she's not doing too good. I think she's ongoing. Like, I really think she's doing this downward, and she hasn't got the memo yet. That's what I see. And the memo is still out. Because I would agree with you if I saw something that she was doing and it was sticking. I guess the wine is sticking. But like, she ran out of jam, she ran out of products. And it's not like these products cost that much. She's overpricing them. I don't see the success. I don't. I think she is trying to be famous off of her husband. But she doesn't want to be famous because of him. She wants to carve out her own, which there's nothing wrong with that. But you don't have the talents that you need to do the things that you're trying to do. And then you're not listening to anyone on your staff. You're telling them what to do. They're all yes people.
And all the fame, but she doesn't want to do the work. And the thing about the Kardashians, right? I was just railing on the Kardashians, but at least they work. No one can deny that the Kardashians don't whore themselves out and get up from sun up to sundown and just work hawking their products. You can't deny that the Kardashians have work ethic, okay? They will sell anything. They'd sell cupcakes, they'd sell Merkins, they'll sell bras. They'll do anything, and they show up and they do the work. Meghan Markle, she wants to be this Martha Stewart entrepreneur character, but the thing is, Martha Stewart had charisma. She had swagger.
Meghan wants to have this illusion that the person that she is trying to make people see, it's not being received at all. None of it. Nothing that she does I don't receive it. Like the humanitarian award. You're not a humanitarian. You're not an influencer. You're not these things. She doesn't influence me to want to do something. She's not an influencer. Her Instagram page doesn't reek of, she's just not that. Bethany Frankie said she would do Megato's branding for her. She won't let her. She's not going to let Bethany do nothing. Bethany, good luck. That would be a Netflix show that would bring in views. Bethany's telling Meg, Meg's telling Bethany. That would be good, but Meghan ain't taking nothing from nobody. She can't receive any help because she thinks she's better than Frankie. Frankie's just a housewife. She's not an A-lister. She's not, like Hollywood's top notch. So Meghan is not taking any criticism or any constructive criticism from anyone. Not even the people that she hired to do that. She hired these people to tell her what she needed to do to be successful. And instead, she's telling them what she needs to do and to be successful. But she missed the mark a long time ago. She missed it. Oh, I like her for just living her own life, her way, just like we all do. Lorna, here's the thing with that. It's not just about her, though. Why is everything always got to be about Meghan? What about the kids? What about Harry? What about what about healing and mending bridges across over there, overseas? Why not fix your reputation, starting with your relationships? Because even though she runs around getting new relationships, those relationships don't stay. I think Meghan needs to sit on someone's couch, to be honest with you. I don't think there's any help or hope, not hope, but I don't think she doesn't think there's anything wrong with her. It's everybody else. So her downfall, one of them, is not allowing people to sow into you, to put you on another growth path, to enhance what's already there. You'll hire a CEO to take care of all your business, and then you start telling the CEO what to do. Lorna, she fell out with all her family, all of your family, after they threw her a $30 million wedding. Okay. Gave her the Duchess of Sussex, made her a senior royal, and you fall out with family? No, there's got to be something wrong with her, because if it was just she had a problem with her family, then I could say, okay, that's just family stuff. But I can't say that, because she went all the way over there to England and divided a family in Queen Elizabeth's last days. Yeah, I agree, Ziggy. They're severed and they're damaged. I don't think William or Catherine is going to lose any sleep over Harry and Meghan. She didn't fall. I understand, Lorna, and you're entitled to your opinion. But we would love for you to stay and hang out with us. And please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. We're not. I love my lives. I love my chat. I like my group of people, because I just feel like we're one and the same. In a sense, like I can relate to the people in the chat. It's so cool. All right, sorry about that.
She had authenticity. We've yet to meet the real Meghan, because Meghan is so scattered and unhinged, in my opinion.
We're never going to meet the real Meghan. The real Meghan don't exist, not to the public. We will always get fake-a-do. Just like that young lady that interviewed her, Jamie, she said, tried to ask her about relatability. And Meghan said, did you see my twerking video? That makes me relatable to everyone. There's something wrong with this picture. How can you actually say that. Hold on just a sec. Sorry, I had to go talk to my husband for a sec. Oh, Marie. Yes, all of us, Letitia, here for you and each other. However, there is one person here who has no loyalty to you. If you know, you know. The wine isn't sticking, says Debbie. Nobody knew the Sauvignon Blanc was out. Oh, you mean when she sold out the first time? Okay, so I gave her a little bit. At least I was giving her the wine thing that stuck. But she ain't got to make it. It's a factory already got to just put that in a bottle and put that on the shelf. Put the liquid inside and put it on the shelf and move on. No, her success, I'm missing it. I'm missing it. It's like this. It's like you bust out on the scene, boom, and then in minutes it just crumbles. It's like shattered. Like, okay, for example, Lemonado came on. It was so hyped up. Here she comes, Lemonado. She's going to be on a new podcast called Lemonado, Meghan Unfiltered. She's going to be talking to entrepreneurs about entrepreneurship and female founders. No men, no. All women. She can't relate to women. Anyway. I forgot my thought. I went too deep. Sticking. I know we were talking about sticking. Things aren't sticking. And that's unfortunate for her. Because she keeps coming up with a rebrand and it keeps going like that, dropping to the floor. And then on to the next thing. This was really this was really what I always wanted to do. This is when she's gonna rebrand. This is what she's gonna say. You know, this was always close to my heart. And I've always wanted to do this. I always wanted to call it Pacific Ocean. But, you know, I wasn't sure. And then I realized, oh, she's sure of herself. Let me scrape that out. I was sure that this would be perfect. She changes brands like we change our clothes. My thing, Lorna, why marry a prince if you didn't want to do all the duties and be a part of the monarchy? Because she never wanted to do that. Why marry? And don't give me the love, because Meghan does not love Harry. Come on now. Let's be real. Meghan does not love Harry. She loves that he was able to put her in the position that she is in now. And Meghan has nobody to blame but herself. The world was at her feet. She could do anything, pretty much. And if she fails, and she has, that's her fault. And I believe from not listening, not taking accountability, not listening to your staff, not listening to the experts, and having a high turnaround at your company. Yes, she did. She accused them of being racist. She sure did. She went on the Oprah show, and after all the Queen had done for Meghan, she went on this Oprah show and said she was a racist. By the way, they're racist too, guys. They're racist. She got on the Oprah show and said they're racist. The Queen gave Harry the Duke of Sussex, not Meg. Right. But since she was marrying him, then she becomes the Duchess. Got it, Debbie. Like and subscribe. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Lorna. Oh, thank you, Marie. You don't? You don't think she likes herself? Yeah, I get that sometimes too, Demon Dictator. Like she's not happy. And nothing in this world is going to make her. She's never satisfied. It's not ever good enough. She's always climbing to the top of something and trying to get there. And just instead of just living in the moment. But all these gimmicks, all these projects and products, it ain't going well. Unfortunately. Okay, we're going to move on.
Presents a new personality and a new career venture every single week, right? So she was going to do clothes and she didn't really want to do clothes. Then she was going to do these jams and jellies and dog biscuits, and then she didn't want to restock. Now she's going to pivot to this. She's going to do the reality show, but then Netflix is allegedly dropping them. So she's always trying to find something new to pivot to. Us in our lives, we don't have the luxury of just trying a new passion every week. We don't just decide, oh, I'm going to be a chef this week and I'm going to be the next Martha Stewart. That didn't work. Let me go try and do a clothing line.
Oh my God. If I had the opportunity, if I had the money, if I had it, I would have another child, maybe two, a boy and a girl. And if the doctor agreed, even though I'm old and decrepit, if I could carry it, I would do that. There was this other thing that came in my mind that I would do. Damn, I forgot. Anyway, right. She's been reinventing herself, rebranding herself, coming up with, every 5 minutes she's coming up with something new. And if I had the opportunities that she has had, I would hope within 7 years something would have made an impact or a difference. Because it's like here's all the money you need. Here's all the support you need. Here's everything you need to be successful. She was set up for success. She was set up for success. And she's had time to deliver on that. Because she became famous instantly. But she seems to think that she was famous before Harry, but that's not true. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Ziggy Lee. 52 is the cutoff? God, I didn't even know there was a cutoff. I know that this lady named Bridget had a child. Well, maybe I would just do via surrogate. That's okay. We'll just do surrogate. Yeah, but that's what I would do. Debbie, nothing will fulfill that emptiness within. She's damaged everything she touches, and is in constant battle to find something that lasts, not reselling. It's her destructive personality all along, realizing it's her destructive personality all along that is hindering her. You know how you buy something from somebody just because you like them? You know what I'm saying? Like say for instance, I was gonna say her name. Say for instance, Kara is selling Girl Scout cookies. Somebody would just buy it just because they like her, but don't want the cookies. Okay? God, I had a point. This is the point. If Meghan was likable, then her stuff will always run out. Her clothes, everything. But she's not. People will buy, like my mom said, people will buy if they like you. I might not want any Girl Scout cookies, but since it's you and for you, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. I don't really want them, but just because you are who you are, I'm going to buy it. That's how Meghan's products should be lined up on the shelves, and people should be just snatching it. All right, guys, we're gonna move on from him. I want to do the Sibley twins.
Oh, then I'm going to try to get into this. Then I'm going to get into tech and AI and wellness. We don't have the luxury of doing that, but Meghan Markle, because she's part of this Democrat liberal elite living in a mansion in Montecito, she has the luxury of trying all these things. I would be very shocked if she got a Vogue cover, because Meghan Markle, I think her favorability is very low. I think there's a select group of people who maybe haven't been paying much attention, who see Meghan Markle as popular. They still see her as a member of the royal family. For us, we see Meghan Markle as a joke, okay? We see Meghan Markle as a total fraud and a total joke, but apparently some...
Okay, here's the deal with that. The reason why people like Meghan, or, you know, she has a group of people or people that like her, is because they don't care. My mom doesn't care one way or another. So when he says that about her likability, some people like her, some people don't. Some people like her by default, just because she married Harry, just because she's an American that married Harry. You know?
Markle, I think her favorability is very low. I think there's a select group of people who maybe haven't been paying much attention, who see Meghan Markle as popular. They still see her as a member.
People that don't pay attention to her is neutral to the situation. They don't care one way or another. It doesn't impact them. And it doesn't impact us in a sense, but they don't, like my mom, she does not care. She would probably, be very nice to Meghan. Why wouldn't she be?
Of the royal family. For us, we see Meghan Markle as a joke, okay? We see Meghan Markle as a tuxedo. She has the luxury of trying all these things. I would be very shocked if she got a Vogue cover.
She is lucky she gets to try all these things. She is lucky. She is extremely lucky. She hit the light skin lottery. Like Chris Rock said, she did. She hit the light skin lottery. She married a prince with enough money to satisfy me. I don't have to worry about paying bills. That right there alone would have made me stay in the UK.
Work, let me go try and do a clothing line. Oh, then I'm going to try to get into this. Then I'm going to get into tech and AI and wellness. We don't have the luxury of doing that, but Meghan Markle, because she's part of this Democrat liberal elite living in a mansion in Montecito, she has the luxury of trying all these things. I would be very shocked if she got a Vogue cover, because Meghan Markle, I think her favorability.
The opportunities that were given to Meghan was just, you know, beyond. And to turn your back on all of that it's mind-boggling. It really is, to see someone give up, or not even give up, but say they're going to be there and be a part of something, and then turns their back on the very people that she said that she was going to support. But not only did she turn her back to them, she got on the Oprah show and talked down about them. She didn't have one nice thing to say about the royals on the Oprah show. It was all about me and her grievances, how they treated her. And not one time did I see in that conversation that they did anything wrong to her. She was trying to muster up BS. Like she was the damsel in distress. I'm the one that they went after me. She's the victim. You married a prince, but you're the victim. That does not make sense.
Is very low. I think there's a select group of people who maybe haven't been paying much attention, who see Meghan Markle as popular.
I know what I'm trying to say, and I know I'm saying it, and it just isn't going across. Like my husband, he doesn't care one way or another about Meghan, you know? So I would put him in the category, let's put him in the category of liking her. He just doesn't care. There's a lot of people that don't care about their relationship. And so they're going to say, yeah, I like Meghan and Harry. They're a great couple. I know they don't follow them. They know who they are on the surface. They really don't remember the Oprah interview or nothing like that. And they really don't care. So she does have those people. She does have some fans. Yes, yes, yes.
They still see her as a member of the royal family. For us, we see Meghan Markle as a joke, okay? We see Meghan Markle as a total fraud and a total joke. But apparently some folks who do want to hear from Meghan Markle are the women at the Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit. You can't make this up, you guys. Meghan Markle is going to speak at Fortune when the only reason she has a fortune is because she married well.
I wonder, can I go out of the country and get pregnant? Of course I could do this. Go get pregnant and then come back to the United States to deliver the baby.
Meghan Markle is not some great entrepreneur. The only thing she did well, and I'll give her credit for this, the one thing Meghan Markle did well, she married into royalty, okay? And then she couldn't even carry that through, okay? She fumbled the bag. She married the most eligible bachelor on earth, Prince Harry, and then that crashed and burned. So Meghan Markle, she goes to speak at Fortune's Most Powerful Women Summit, and she talks about how she has a really lean team. She likes to have a lean team. Let's take a look.
Being able to now have my own business, it's very different than being on set. And even the set for With Love Meghan, that's a crew of 80 people. It's still a very large crew. But for my business, I've been very decisive about having a lean team.
Only a delusional wannabe Duchess would say she has a lean team of 80 people working on her show. And I don't care what she says, okay? She says she has a lean team for her brand. You should have a lean team for your personal brand, because your personal brand doesn't do anything, okay? Your personal brand, you don't even really want to sell those products anymore. You did 1 or 2 launches, and then you said you're not restocking until 2026. What do you need 100 people for, Meghan Markle? But to say she has a lean team when there were 80 people working on that horrible reality show, and she moved pretzels, you guys. She had 80 people working on that reality show With Love Meghan. She was moving pretzels from one bag into another. Okay, this is not a genius here. This is not, Anthony Bourdain. This isn't Martha Stewart. She moved pretzels from a bag to another. Okay, and then she made like bespoke candles or some BS like that. But
she did. She moved pretzels from one bag to the next. Oh wow.
purports herself to be this high-profile business founder. You know what I don't want to hear from? I don't want to hear from business founders. I want to hear from business success stories, right? Everybody can found a business.
I'm good.
Anybody can start an LLC and go online and do the paperwork. Okay, I feel like I'm teaching an economics class. Anybody can found a business and start something. But I want to see, what are your sales, right? What are your projections? Are you meeting benchmarks? Are you selling out every single time? That's what I want to know. So Meghan Markle, she calls herself a
Anybody can be an entrepreneur.
A female founder. She's more like a female flounder, in my opinion, because she's floundering to find something to glom onto for relevance, because she knows in her heart of hearts. Meghan Markle knows in her heart of hearts, she blew it. She blew it. She totally blew it, like she probably used to do on the casting couch in Hollywood. She blew it with the royal family. She could have stayed over there eating crumpets and scones and going to ribbon cuttings and been royalty. She lasted 18 months. She lasted 18 months and she absconded to the United States. Then she turned around and she shanked them. She shanked her in-laws. The Queen Elizabeth II, in her dying days, is being shanked by Meghan Markle, who's accusing them of racism, mistreatment, apparently locking her away and being negative for her mental health. That's what Meghan Markle did. And the Queen's done.
She was running around talking about the royal family as if they were keeping her hostage in the castle.
Days. So for her to come around like she's this woman who supports women and she's this founder, it's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of buffoonery, tomfoolery, and malarkey to cover the fact that she knows she blew it. And something else Meghan Markle blew is her Netflix deal. She now says that her Netflix deal, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that it's come to an end. Let's take a look at that clip.
My husband and I were in an overall deal with Netflix, and then not dissimilar to Higher Ground and the Obamas deal. Once that had come to its term, the extension of it, which was such an incredible sign of the strength of our partnership, was now being in a first look deal, which is also exciting because it gives us flexibility to go to our partners first, and then at the same time to be able to shop content that might not be the right fit for Netflix, but has a home somewhere else. So I think my intention would be to have really bespoke, small retail collaborations.
There she is using that word bespoke again. You can tell people are full of crap when they go around being like, bespoke. No, who really knows what bespoke means? I'm tired of people using the word bespoke, okay? Talk like an American, okay? Meghan Markle says she grew up over a garage in, Compton or wherever. Talk like that. Let's end all of this. We're judging and loving and kissing and hugging and making bespoke candles. No, just talk like a human being, okay? I want to see Meghan Markle when the cameras aren't around. But if you know,
okay, I like him, but we got to move on. We're getting behind in time. I did want to check out William's video. Let's see if I can get it. Triggering.
Everyone loved Paul. Everybody. Always pinched myself when we were together that he'd chosen me really to be the one to marry. We very quickly got pregnant, had Holly, our eldest, and then went on very quickly to have Isaac. George was our third. He was just an incredible addition to the family, and everyone used to say that he was the happiest little boy ever. Did we take it for granted? Probably. I think a lot of people do at that age. We just presumed life would take us on that normal journey of growing old together. I'd only been back teaching a couple of days after my maternity leave when George fell ill at home very suddenly. So we had to call an ambulance to come out to the home. He was rushed to hospital. You never think anything bad's going to happen because this is your family. You see these things happen on TV. But sadly, George was very poorly, and within 2 hours of being admitted to the hospital, he died. 5 days later, after we lost George.
Sad, little George.
Probably the unimaginable really happened, something that we could never have ever been prepared for, totally unexpected, was Paul walked out of the house and took his own life.
What?
It's really difficult to explain how grief feels.
Oh, wow.
It's really difficult to explain how grief feels. For totally unexpected was Paul walked out of the house and took his own life.
Oh, I haven't seen this, okay? So we're both seeing this together. This is so sad. Ah, dang. Woo, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful what you watch. It'll trigger you. Oh, God. Poor baby. Poor husband. That is so sad. Oh,
It's really difficult to
That
explain
hurt.
how grief feels. Emptiness, physical pain, your heart
he left
hurts.
her. He left her
You
by
know, your limbs
herself.
hurt.
He couldn't handle it. He couldn't handle it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't live without his son.
It is.
But my God,
But I'm
like he just walked out the house. He walked out the house. Wow, that is so. Wow. He lost the baby. You can come up. You're more than welcome. This is really, really sad. Yeah.
hoping by having increased awareness around what it is, but also the effect it has on those left behind, what causes people to walk out and never come home. Let's stand together. Let's talk about it. Let's get people in the public eye talking about it.
You know, I'm very sad about the baby. I am. I don't know what happened or, why the baby got passed away. But the mom rushed the baby to the hospital. 2 hours later, the baby died. But the husband, yeah, if anything ever was to happen to, I don't even think about stuff like that. But like, if ever, I don't think I would go on. I get it. I get it. Your kids are everything to you. They're your life. They're the reason why it's just like, she's the reason for everything, and to lose a child is horrible. And then to turn around and lose a husband. I mean, he just walked out the house and never came back.
We can't help each other. This really doesn't have to be what happens.
Rianne,
Can I just say something?
so nice to see you.
Oh, so nice
After all
to
this
see
time.
you.
I did mention to come to your house a long time ago. So
Can I say something very quickly? Can I
thank you.
just say something very
My mum
quickly?
made you a cake,
Yeah, this looks very impressive.
but she also
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say, because there's a trigger warning talking about a child passing and then her husband unaliving himself. Just be careful. Just take care of yourself if you want to listen to this side chat, because it's not nice.
Yeah, it's really triggering.
Just take care of yourself listening to things like this.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
go for it.
William is going to shed some perspective, hopefully.
wanted you to have some of your Welsh cakes. So
Yes, well, can I prioritise a Welsh cake first?
absolutely,
Because
yes.
I do love those.
Would you like to put them on the plate?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And how have you been, Rianne? Because I haven't caught up with you for a long time.
It's up and down. Everything's up and down. Life's up and down anyway, isn't it? But both of my kids are flourishing, and Isaac's turning into quite a nice little rugby player. And he plays the same position as Paul, would you believe? So that's really nice as well. So yeah. So I'm
Was Paul massively into rugby then, was he?
Yeah, he played a lot of rugby, hockey, and cricket at a very high level. So yeah, and Isaac definitely takes after him. So yeah, looks very much like him as well. Sporty gene, yes. Although the children yesterday told everyone that I don't have any sporty genes, which is worrying when I used to be a PE teacher.
Yes.
So
I'm not sure you did that line down. Rianne, how have you managed to bring out your children so brilliant as you have? How have they managed to thrive?
They've just grown up to be incredible kids and young adults. I look back and I still don't really know how we survived it. People ask me that a lot, like, how do you do it? And I don't really know. They were so young. The memories they've got now are memories that probably I've placed into their minds. I still worry a lot about what tomorrow's going to bring our family. But when I'm trying to be rational and trying to think positively, I just want my children to be happy.
And unfortunately, there's still a lot of stigma around suicide. Did you feel that at the time?
I was quite surprised by it. I'd never been touched by suicide. It was something that happened in the news. Nobody would talk about it or actually say what happened. And I found that really confusing at the time.
And obviously, your children were very young when this happened. Many families probably might struggle to work out, do we talk about it, do we not?
Yeah.
What's your advice on that?
I think it's important never to lie. There's ways in being truthful and just being gentle. As a parent, you know your children better than anybody else.
From the families I've spoken to who have had to endure suicide, there's a lot of unanswered questions that live with you forever, really, don't they?
I will forever go over those last few days with him wondering what I missed. Before we lost George, we were just so happy. And I think this just shows that it really can happen to anyone.
If you could say something or wanted to say something to Paul, what would you have said?
There's only one thing I would ever say to him if I had time with him, and that would be, why didn't you speak to me? I think I ask myself that every single day. He was absolutely devastated. He did keep blaming himself that weekend. But I would just like to sit him down like this and just say, why didn't you come to me? Because he's missed out on just so much joy, and we would have been okay. And I think that's what the hardest thing is. We would have been okay. You okay?
Oh,
I'm sorry, it's
it's
hard to ask you questions that I know.
Hard, and
it is.
you've experienced loss yourself.
wow. William got teary-eyed. He teared up. So one day the dad just decided he couldn't do it anymore. Grief, it hurt too bad. Your heart you lose it. You lose everything. You're no longer, he was no longer functioning. I know he wasn't.
It was only a week. They would have still been in shock of the baby passing. They would have still been in shock, and it would have just been unbearable.
So it happened a week later.
Yeah, after the baby died, just a week later, he took his life.
And he has 2 other children.
Yeah. I think he blamed himself. I think they said that he blamed himself for the baby passing, but he couldn't have blamed
his fault.
He couldn't have blamed him.
Yeah, that's weird. That is sad though. Like, what could I have done to prevent it? You're thinking that. Like that incident that happened to me a while ago. I wish I had done it a lot differently, and I will forever be upset with myself because it should have been told. I shouldn't even brought that up, but it's so nice to see him sitting here with this lady and having real emotions.
Yeah, how compassionate, relating to another person.
Yeah.
Even though he's had a terrible time himself, but he's still there,
right,
to be with another person. It's
she is very strong. She is strong because I can't even fathom.
Yeah, because his one of his family members unalived themselves just the year before. It was in Prince William's family. It was horrid. Yeah.
Life can throw you these awful curveballs, but by talking about it, by having hope, you can continue.
The best way to prevent suicide is to talk about it. Talk about it early. Talk about it with your loved ones, those you trust, your friends. So thank you for talking about it.
And thank you for talking about it too.
Oh, look who's here. Hello. How are you?
Very well.
Very nice to see you.
And you too.
Thank you so much for letting me come and chat to Rianne, your mum. And it's been lovely seeing her again and having a chat. So thank you so much. I'm taking the wash cakes with me and have them in the car on the back.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Thank you. Have a good rest of the day. And you take care.
Nice to meet you all.
Take care. Bye.
Bye, William.
You all right?
Yeah.
Oh, look at our ticket.
I was taking you to Tupperware. Yeah, nice. Put the kettle on there. It's not as big as the first day.
You just don't know what people are going through, what they're dealing with, is so much going on in the world today. It's something. Okay, now we're gonna move on to something a little bit more happier. and then we're going to shut it down. I wanted to get to the twins talk, but it looks like we're not going to be able to get to that today because I think she's trying to get another award or something. Let's see if we can do get us back up.
Yeah, Debbie, I agree with what you said.
Okay, where is it? Sorry, just a sec. Here it is. I need to be hitting the like button on these videos.
A jar of jam out of a pot of boiling water. Almost sarcasm meter ready. Get your sarcasm meter ready.
Okay, here's a clip about Harry and Meghan, I believe. I haven't seen it, so we're gonna watch it together. Oh, good point, Debbie.
Today we've got a new satirical take, South Park style, lessons in narcissism from Meghan. The Duchess's energy truly has no limits. In the morning she's making homemade jam, and by evening she's busy saving the world. I swear that woman's outdone me. The title of world's biggest narcissist officially belongs to Meghan now, as Cartman himself would probably say, totally impressed. But hey, let's start from the beginning. Recently, the great chef and part-time Duchess of Sussex reminded the world of her talents once again. In a new photo, Meghan is posing in her Montecito kitchen, proudly showing how she makes her own jam from scratch. In her hands, she's holding canning tongs, gracefully lifting a jar of jam out of a pot of boiling water. Almost perfect. Except for one tiny detail, she's holding the tongs upside down. And this from a woman whose brand, as ever, is all about it.
Oh my gosh, she was holding it upside down.
Yeah, she
Attention
was.
to detail and mindful living.
Yeah, I had them upside down. I would take that video down. It's embarrassing. Because you're supposed to be a chef. You're supposed to be this cook. You're supposed to know everything there is to know about a kitchen. Martha Stewart #2.
Kyle remarks sarcastically. Guess when she's cooking, Harry keeps a safe distance from the kitchen. For his own good, Stan adds. And by evening, after her culinary heroics, she's glowing on stage in New York next to Harry, accepting the Humanitarians of the Year award at the Project Healthy Minds Gala in New York City for her work supporting mental health and helping create a safer digital space for young people and families. In the end, the Project Healthy Minds posts sparked a real storm. Hundreds of comments asking what exactly Harry and Meghan did to earn the title of Humanitarians of the Year. People are also bringing up Harry's previous honors, like the Pat Tillman Award, and raising eyebrows that it all feels a bit like deja vu.
Ooh.
Everything about it looks as if each new honor is just another chapter in the PR campaign. But of course, Meghan has her own explanation. It's recognition of our contribution. Looks like the age of real achievements is over. Now you just pay the bill, and the world learns who's the kindest person of the day, Kyle says with a sigh. In the end, it's hard to say who exactly the Sussexes' projects have healed, though judging by Harry's face, he might be the one who needs help the most. He stood on stage looking like a man who'd just been handed a utility bill instead of an award. And to be fair, there were reasons for that expression. Not long ago, Meghan staged a rather questionable performance in Paris, filming herself in a limousine, feet up on the seat, as she drove along Princess Diana's final route. You can only imagine what
What the heck was she thinking? That should have ruined her. That should have brought more criticism and scrutiny because...
Well, it has, but she just brushes it off. She doesn't care.
She just brushes it off. It was so inconsiderate.
She's been
of her to prop up her feet like that and then film the bridge. It was so inappropriate.
She's been ripped to pieces for it. She doesn't care. She just brushes it off. She did the same thing with the pregnancy, the baby mama. It was obvious it was a pillow or something stacked underneath. She brushes it off, walking around with fake pregnancy bumps and plastic dolls. She just brushes it off. She doesn't care.
Wow, she's just brushing everything under the rug.
Yeah.
Wow, it was so inconsiderate.
Yeah, because she can just turn up somewhere else. She just brushes it off, and there's always an event that she can go to. There's always something that she can just cover it up with and just carry on.
Yeah.
It's that narcissistic mind. They can just they can do these terrible things, but in their minds they have a perfectly good reason for doing it. They can justify their bad behavior and all their lies and all the terrible things they do. They justify it. And that's why they do it over and over again. And when people criticize it, they don't care because they've justified it in their heads for some reason.
Right. That's absolutely right. She has justified her behavior as being good and perfect.
That's what bullies are. That's what bullies do. That's why bullies, they do it over and over again. Somehow they justify it in their minds and they just carry on doing it.
She's almost like a walking robot.
Harry must have felt seeing that.
Yeah.
His mother died in that very...
Yeah.
That's what I said earlier. She's empty inside. She's continuously messing up and then finding the next thing to do, and not realizing that she is the problem herself. She's the one that messes it up, but she can't see it.
No. And it's getting worse. Like, I mean, it's weird to look at it and see. Like, we see one thing and you're seeing another. How come we all not seeing the same thing?
Yeah.
very tunnel. And now his wife is out there creating content.
Should have canceled her right here. This should have canceled her.
Near the same spot. All with that carefree Paris vibes attitude. For him, it's a lifelong tragedy. For her, it's attitude. For him, it's a lot. All with that carefree.
Look at that. This is how she was looking.
Yep.
What statement? What was she trying to say? Look at me. I got it going on. You don't have to.
It was a message. There was a message in there.
There was a message in there.
I think it was for Harry and the royal family. She just does what she wants. Who cares?
Debbie says she thinks she's untouchable.
Exactly, Debbie.
God will have to bring her down a size or two. All right.
Normally, when these people are brought down to reality, it's never good.
No, it's not. They spaz out.
They do. It's never good. The ending is never good with these. With this.
You indicator, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. How's the diet?
Yeah, it's going really well. I'm going to weigh myself tomorrow and see how it's going.
I got
Hopefully. I'll send you the scales. My scales is electric and they got an app on it. So it records it on the app and then I can see where I've gained and where I've lost it. My line is going down, so I'm on 15 pounds so far I've lost.
Wow.
Yeah.
But how many do you want to lose?
I want to lose maybe another 15, 30 altogether, but I got to go to the gym. I've got to tone it up now because I'm getting a bit flabby. It's all starting to like sag and flap about in the wind, so I've got to tone it up a bit now.
I'm on day 3 because I had to start over.
That's all right. You can start again anytime.
It was hard. I gradually did it. I just making up in my mind that I'm just gonna make some changes.
Yeah, that's all. Just little bits at a time. You'll be okay.
Oh, are you okay, Dale?
You're right, Dale.
Nightmare. What was it about?
The Paris vibes attitude. For him, it's a lifelong tragedy.
That's what I'm
For her,
saying.
just another pretty backdrop for Instagram stories.
She
But the show Royal
snobby. She was being snobby. Something was happening.
She was being psycho. She was being a psycho bitch. That's exactly what she was doing.
Yeah.
That was a message to someone and they know who it is. She was being a psycho bitch.
Yep. That was a message. Yep. She's being psycho.
for Instagram stories. But the show Royals 2.0 must go on. Contracts are contracts. Like it or not, You have to step on that New York stage and act in love. Only the audience didn't see a loving couple. They saw two people holding hands not out of affection, but out of fear that one of them might run first. Harry doesn't look at his wife at all, as if every glance reminds him of how many mistakes he's already made and how deeply she's hit his most...
He doesn't look at her. He doesn't look at her when he's on that stage. He's trying to avoid eye contact with her. It was noticeable.
Yeah, it was. He was fuming. And then you saw them when they had dinner. She came out of one door, he came out of another. It's not good. I hope he does. I hope he does just kick her to the curb, man.
Yeah.
Because she's no good.
You do, Debbie. Good luck, sweetheart.
vulnerable spot, the memory of his mother. Meghan stands beside him, smiling, tightly, deliberately, like she's shooting a toothpaste commercial.
Like, you really seriously just got through filming a video of his mother's unaliving place, and you're filming it and showing it to the world with your feet propped up in a limousine. There's more to that than we're seeing. And if I don't believe, I mean, she's done a lot, so she's called his family racist. So why would this be big to him? He's probably used to her antics. Because
she's beating him down. She's beating him down to the ground, man. She beat him down a long time ago. I know how these people are. They just beat you down.
Just bring you all the way down. And you're self-esteem. You can't tell me this.
See, that's what I mean. That's that thing. That's why she did it. That was the message to him and to his family.
Yeah, I own you.
Yep. And then she just turned up at that humanitarian award like nothing happened.
Well, they said she called to the gentleman. That's invite.
Yeah.
It's still crashing now.
I believe she contacted quite a few people and they all said no because they don't want to be associated with her, but Balenciaga said yes.
Wow.
And that's where she was.
Wow. He's a scallywag. There's an echo in the indicator.
She's a psycho bitch. Do you want me to come out and come in again?
Yeah.
Do you want me to come out and come in again?
Yeah, I think so, because there is an echo.
For Harry's, hoping to catch even a flicker of approval. At one point, she throws him her signature adoring gaze, the same one that makes Sussex fans melt. But Harry doesn't even seem to notice. The Bambi look nailed it, Cartman screeches. Only this deer standing on the shoulder of a failed marriage. Kyle rolls his eyes. If I were them, I'd launch a show called Divorce for Two. Ratings would skyrocket. But if you thought Meghan's awkward Paris behavior ended with that limo video, think again, friends. Her whole presence in Paris was, to put it mildly, bizarre. Wow. Fashion critics still can't decide what was worse, her outfit or her behavior. A ridiculous white outfit, enormous pointy shoes, exaggerated faces, awkward poses, all served up under the label of...
It was weird. Did you see how she was walking in it? Like, look at me. Like she had that look of, look at me, look at me, look at me. Outfit fell flat. Her pictures were odd. He's right about that. She had an odd...
of Parisian elegance. Kyle tries to defend the Duchess. She just wanted to breathe in a little French chic. To which Cartman shrieks, "Well, she did, and choked on it." Picture this, Meghan sitting at a fashion show. Around her, the perfect rhythm of models' steps, the audience holding its breath, and suddenly, giggling. It's Meghan, laughing all by herself, surrounded by people staring in silence. Something must have gone wrong. Maybe a model stumbled. But laughing at a moment like that is basically the social equivalent of slamming a door in a library, impolite, tone-deaf, and just plain silly. Kyle shakes his head. Even
this moment right here was so cringe and embarrassing that someone fell or tripped on the runway and then she starts to laugh. Do we know that for a fact? Because Heather was saying that she wasn't sure if that was true. She needs to see the person that fell. Well, maybe they don't want to show it.
Yeah, nobody knows for sure. Well, yeah, it's been reported a lot, but nobody knows for sure. But if it was, it's Mean Girl. We all know she's a mean girl. She's a bully. It wouldn't surprise me if she did it, to be honest.
Hello, Tropical Life.
Cartman wouldn't laugh if someone's heel broke. But you know, this isn't just awkward. It's almost symbolic. Everything Meghan does turns into a lesson on how not to behave if you're trying to be seen as an icon of style and virtue. And it wouldn't be so bad if it were just a bit of bad manners. But this is Meghan, the woman who built an entire philosophy around, I was misunderstood, I was hurt, I'm suffering. For years, she's complained about bullying and injustice, giving interviews where she paints herself as the victim of cruel tabloids. And now, she's supporting Balenciaga. Yes, that Balenciaga, the very brand that just a couple of years ago was at the center of a scandal over a very questionable ad campaign.
Who is this? Royal Routine? Let me give you a thumbs up. He's killing
campaign.
Yeah,
killing it.
I just want to say that thing where the guy fell off the horse and she was on the balcony, that's been proven to not be true.
Okay. What was he saying just now? Yeah, he's on it. He's talking about
the very brand that just a couple,
that they exploit little kids. It's disgusting.
couple of years ago was at the center of a scandal over a very questionable ad campaign. Cartman bursts out laughing. That's like Greenpeace ordering a barbecue from an oil company. You see, in Meghan's world, everything has an explanation. She's simply supporting the brand's new beginning. After all, Balenciaga now has a new creative director. The old sins are forgiven, and she's free to pose in front of the logo again. The owners and the reputation are still the same, of course, but who cares when there are flashing cameras all around? She's always heading in one direction, straight toward fame, Stan comments, and Cartman bursts out laughing. Well, hey, at least she's consistent. But the story doesn't end there. According to her interviews, Meghan claims she fears too much attention, invasions of privacy, and the dangers of the press. Britain, for her, is a terrifying land where paparazzi make it impossible to live. And yet somehow, Paris feels perfectly safe, especially when she's surrounded by hundreds of photographers, not even trying to stay away from the cameras. All that after her dramatic tales about being chased by paparazzi in New York. Kyle chuckles dryly. I guess the camera flashes are kinder in Paris. Cartman smirks. Well, she is a humanitarian, giving journalists the chance to feel useful. Looks like her fight for privacy ends right where the good lighting begins. So Paris became more than just a stage for her. It turned into a mirror, one where Meghan once again saw only herself, dazzled by her own reflection. As for what Harry saw in that mirror, that's an open question. Though judging by how he looked in New York, there might not be any questions left at all.
That was very good, very good.
Yes, I enjoyed that. Well, lovely people, that's all I had for today. I think we had a full day.
The scales that I have, that they've got an app on it that you put on your phone and it measures your weight and how you're progressing. It's very cheap, and I sent it to you on WhatsApp. It helps.
Thank you.
It records everything.
Yeah, I can order it so I can get it in here, and I'm gonna go eat an apple and some grapes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I haven't been hungry for the last couple of days, and then today is like I'm starting to feel hungry.
Yeah.
So this is really my first time really eating today, which is okay because we could pretend like I was fasting.
Yeah.
Hello, New Bird. Thank you so much, Demon Dictator, for hanging out with me. You are such a lifesaver and a sweet friend. I really appreciate you.
I'm glad to be here.
It was fun. I thought we had a really productive, informative day.
We did. We had a good day.
Yeah. Now we are supposed to
So I've got a day off tomorrow, so I can be on the whole show. Sorry, I know Sarchet's just gone, oh no.
Okay, and we have an update on that mom. Remember the mom that lost her baby and her husband?
Yeah.
Well, there's an update, so I put it in my save. So tomorrow we can look at that too. But we can go. I think you mentioned something that we could go over. Oh, it was Tom Bauer. Yes, we'll do that.
Yeah,
too.
Tom Bauer. Yeah.
Get one of those talking scales that says, "One of you, please get off." Mine's gonna say that. How many on the scale? Get off.
Get off. When I first got on mine, it went error, and I was like, I might have broken it, but no, I was okay.
Okay. How long have you had it?
I've been doing it now for 3 months, and luckily the line is continuously going down. So I'm still losing weight. It's not gone up. It's still going down slowly, but it's going down.
That is so good. That is so
I've got
good.
a lot to lose.
I do. I have a lot to lose. It's like winter's coming. Winter is coming. It's starting to get cool here. And
that's when you're going to lose the motivation. That's why I can't lose motivation in the winter. I've got to carry on.
Right, because we want to be snatched next year in the summertime.
We'll get bikini ready next year. Get our bikini ready.
Bikini body ready. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got to go to the gym. I just got to tighten it up now because it's all flabbing away. So I've got to tighten it up.
Yeah. Are you going to the gym, you said?
I don't, but I used to have a gym membership and I stopped going for no reason. And I've got to get back into it again because it's literally across the road. It's about 10 minutes away and I've got no reason.
Oh.
And I work from home a couple of days in the week. And so I have no reason why I can't. I just got to get into a routine.
Yeah. And see, you may feel like you want to sign back up, but only if you are gonna, go. Like, yeah.
I will do it. I just got to get into that routine.
That is so good.
I think if I get myself a personal trainer, I'll get more motivated to do it because it's going to cost me money.
Oh yeah, those personal trainers are good. They'll put you on like a meal plan or something like that.
Yeah.
And nutrition. It's really cool. I need one. Good question. 143.
Ron said he was on the other day and he said he took some time out for like a mental health break. So he might just be getting back into it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I wasn't even going to ask this week. Because I asked the last 2 weeks. I said, Ron, what's up with the real mess? And I didn't get anything. Then I went to Paula, and Paula said, did you check with Ron? And I'm like, yes. So I'm checking with you now. So I don't know. Hopefully it comes back. 143. I really enjoy the raw mess.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Maybe we should have our own
good.
raw mess. I can invite people up on the platform and we can talk about different subjects. Okay, how about this? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna create our own raw mess. If they don't have it this week, we'll do it on Thursday. And tomorrow, what's today? Thursday?
It's Thursday today. We can plan it for next week. Today's Thursday.
Yeah, we'll plan it next week for sure. We'll do like a raw mess.
Yeah, because